To Pretoria now, where a church working alongside an NGO is providing meals for the 2,000 residents affected by a fire at the Cemetry View informal settlement. The disaster claimed the lives of 3 people and left scores of families destitute. The city says efforts are being made to relocate the affected residents, but many are refusing to move. Newzroom Afrika's Katleho Sekhotho is there and joins us now. Katleho, just paint a picture for us, will you, of the level of devastation and certainly what progress has been made in relocating some of these families.
Indeed, Hugo, we are here in Pretoria East at the Cemetry View informal settlement where 2,000 people have been affected. As we know, 3 people died. One of them was a child. But since then, you know, the city of Tshwane outlined a number of interventions to try and relocate people to Mamelodi East and West shelters there. But many of them refusing that alternative accommodation, as they say they've built lives here, they work in the area, and it would be inconvenient and you know, there'd be a lot of costs incurred if they had to move further out. But what you see behind me is a long queue of the residents who've been affected here, 2,000 people who will be receiving meals from this hour from the B Church. And so we have the city on one hand trying to see if they can relocate people, but residents in the area coming together to see if they can at least provide food and clothing. But I do have a pastor here of the church, the B Church, Wilmar. Pastor Wilmar, thank you for your time. You'll be serving food from this hour. Just tell us about the assistance you're providing.
Thank you. From this hour, we'll start in a couple of minutes because it's quite a big process to facilitate all the people and to help them. But yesterday we started, so we provided some tea and bread in the morning, and then we started with food. And so today the same. We did tea and bread in the morning, and we'll start handing out food and then whatever donations we receive, because they've lost everything. There was previous fires, but this time around the whole camp burned down. Yeah. And unfortunately a lot of people, that's their little belongings that they have, that's all they have. So we are reliant on people that actually donate things, clothes especially. Because a lot of people came to talk and say, Pastor, this is the only thing I've got, this is what I have. So we're trying to help, but it's also difficult because you cannot just give some and the rest don't. So we're reliant on the communities and other people to help as well and donate whatever they can, clothes, food or kitchenware, because even if they have food, they've got nothing to cook with. And so that's a challenge. People, they've gone through trauma, and we need to assist them to just get back on their feet and just restore. And this is a brilliant group of people. We've seen the fires and how they can bounce back every time and through difficulties. But yeah, we from our side and many NGOs, I think one of them particularly SAKS for Life, help always. Sanet and a whole team. So basically some of the leadership from the Plastic View informal settlement as well at the Moreleta site, they all come to assist and help. So they have teams that come and then they cook. So from early morning they started to cook. You mentioned 2,000. Yesterday I think we handed over 2,500 food parcels out for the people. Yeah. And so that's important. Yeah. So we're doing that, and then as we can we spread the donations. Yeah. But if there's something we can ask is that if people can come to bring food, clothes or kitchenware, that that's the basic things that they can just start getting back on their feet. They're already rebuilding some houses, and then that will be a great help for the community and for us as well to just relieve them.
And just another one, Pastor, in terms of sustaining the help, because obviously, as you say, many rebuilding, people will take time to get back on their feet. You're depending on donations. How will you sustain giving food every day until people get back onto their feet?
Usually what we do is just for a couple of days. So it's like 3 or 4 days that we usually do this. So maybe until Thursday or Friday we'll do this. So we need to stop somewhere. This is just to help them in the time to bounce back and get on their own feet. We do have, as a church, with SAKS for Life and other, some with the University of Pretoria, Agricultural Council, have projects running since COVID to assist the community with many things. So there's more sustainable things that we're working on to assist them, but obviously this is a crisis. This is now, much larger group that immediately has a bigger need. So therefore we reliant on the donations, to do this, but it's only for a couple of days to assist them, and then they have to get back on their feet and do that, be reliant upon themselves and their families and abilities to work again as well.
Thank you for that, Pastor Wilmot. Thank you. Let me not keep you.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
So, Hugo, you've heard it there from Pastor Wilmot from the B Church, assisting with meals for the next few days into the week, and obviously outlining that this is a temporary solution just until people can get back onto their feet and are at least self-reliant as they rebuild their homes. As we noted, many of them deciding not to leave but rather to just rebuild. And this is not the first time such a fire takes place. We've been told by residents that a similar thing happened in 2017, and all of them remaining adamant that they will rebuild and continue living here.
Katleho Sekhotho coming to us from the Cemetry